Hey, welcome back to another video. In this one I find out something else of mine is broken. That's typical. Hey, welcome back. So I was so excited about my new Yukon XL 2500 the other day, and I started searching around, learning some more things about these things, and one of the things I came across was that they have rear hitches that are susceptible to bending the frame if you have too much tongue weight. It's not that the suspension can't handle it, it's literally the frame can't handle it with the factory frame. So I was curious and I said, well, I better go check on mine. I'm sure it's fine because, you know, the rest of the vehicle is in such good shape. Well, maybe I was a little premature. When I got underneath mine, I went and looked where the frame mounts, or where the hitch mounted, and I could see where clearly mine had, a frame repair. That's really disheartening, and I was mad at myself. Oh, besides that sketchy wiring for the trailer wiring, that I didn't come across that in my vehicle inspection when I was purchasing this vehicle. So let me show you what can happen. Well, first, you can't even see it, but up here, there is a hole in the frame for a crumple zone, basically, to allow your vehicle, your frame, to crumple and keep you alive if you get rear-ended. So, the problem is the factory hitch mounts behind that. And even though this is an upgraded factory hitch here, or an upgraded hitch, it uses pretty much the same stuff as the factory. So you can see it only goes back about a foot, or maybe 10 inches. It's got those 3 holes, and that's enough to crumple a frame. So what do we do? This is what we do. We get this big boy, which is the same rating. It's still a class 5, 10,000 pound hitch, 12,000 with a weight distributing hitch. But you can see how much farther forward it's going to grab on the frame. And it's going to grab far enough forward that it's going to bridge that crumple zone. So yes, still only using 6 bolts, but the way that it attaches is going to make it far more solid. So I guess I'm going to go ahead and throw that sucker up. Well, I run into my first snag. So, to get your front 4 bolts off, now remember, I've got this nice 1/2-inch bar that's welded to the bottom of my frame after they straightened the frame that obviously had bent down. So, that's all good and well, but that spaces my hitch down at least as thick as that 1/2-inch bar. But then when you go up where the hitch is supposed to bolt, I'm not sure you can quite see that. See, you've got space that I've got to fill in. So, I can cut some bar stock, but it only has 1 hole, and I would love to have 2 up here. And since the frame is C-channel, it won't be hard to add. So I'm thinking of bringing it down, drilling a 2nd hole, cutting some 1-inch bar stock to fill this gap, drilling that, filling the gap, and then drilling the frame. So, you know, a lot more work than I thought, but I think that's the right way to do it. So, to take this hitch back down, drill some holes, cut some bar stock, and keep on going. It's never easy. All right, so this is what I've come up with. Piece of 1-inch bar stock, 1/4 inch thick, cut, drilled and tapped to basically support across the full deal. So got some old grade 8 bolts, because I got that kind of stuff in my stash, because I've been ripping my knuckles up for years. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get this thing up in there again. and then position it so I can see where I've got to drill these front 2 holes on the frame. Then I'll drill them. Of course, with this lip on the bottom, I'll only be able to drill the first one. The second one is going to have me bring the hitch down for a 3rd time. Get that started, drill it right, and hopefully at that point, these bolts will be long enough to reach. All they got to do is also get through the frame and the big spacer on top. And if that's all good, I'll bolt it up finally and be all done. Give that a little shot of paint, because this is Michigan. And there you have it. All set up on there, sitting nice and level. You know, you spend $300 on a hitch. You'd think they could at least put the sticker on straight, but I guess that's what you're getting these days. I did also throw a couple of self-tappers in, put the the 7-pin back on there. And let's lay down here and take a look. We got the main 2 bolts on the frame. And if you pan farther back, you can see where I drilled the 2 holes in the frame back there. Have the 1-inch spacer to take up for that extra 1-inch, half-inch plate, whatever it is that was done to repair my frame. So there you go. That is the finished product. I don't know how much dirt's in my eyes, but anyways, if you like the video, like the video. I appreciate a share. Not really, I don't need a share. Subscriptions, I'll take a subscription. That'd be cool. I like to put out like 1 video a week, try to keep them short, fun, interesting, and dealing with overlanding, Jeeps, all that kind of fun stuff. So, you know, Jeeps behind me, messing around with this garage. Like to build a loft. Tell me what you want to see. Hope you all have a good one. See ya.